Hello, beautiful Starseeds and Lightworker family. This is your weekly reading from August 5th through August 11th. And you requested these weekly readings, so what we're going to do, we're going to look at the general energies, first of all, with the tarot cards for everybody. Okay, we're going to look at 3 cards for you. We're going to shuffle them, put them out, and then you're going to have a little pick a card reading later, so stay till the end. Make sure we might even use the pendulum. We might even use this crystal here for scrying. I don't know yet. We'll see where spirit leads us. You are divine. Okay, so those who are new, welcome. I'm Natasha, Cosmic Empress. If you are interested in working with me on a closer level, look in the description box. All the information is there about free goodies, about free karmic clearing workshops, about my personal readings, okay? So go ahead, check it out, and maybe we can work together a little more closely. Okay, so this reading is for those of you who want to move forward in life, who want to live your soul purpose, who want to be successful, who have a business, who want to move forward in their career and really step it up a notch. Okay, this is for those of you who are in that situation, and that's probably most of you. Okay, so without further ado, let us start with a general message for all of you for next week. Remember, the Lion's Gate is next week. Those Leo energies that I talked about in my August reading, in my Lion's Gate reading, that's a base. That's a baseline, okay? So incredible spiritual awakening, incredible opening of your psychic senses, really zooming in, putting yourself out there, not being afraid, being bold and brave and courageous, okay? That already we know. We're all doing that next week, right? The whole month of August. So that is the baseline. So hopefully let's get some more details specifically about next week. Of course, I already called in him. Who else, right? This Leo season, this Lion's Gate, then Aslan, my Syrian line being spirit guide. And by the way, this guy brought me in August 8th, 1969 through the Lion's Gate. Through the Syrian Lion's Gate, he brought me into this world, and then I was born. Okay, so that's why I'm really feeling it. This is really significant for me because of that energy. So he's guiding us today, and the first card is coming up there. Okay, the first one wanted to pop out. We're going to have 3 cards. We're going to keep it clear and simple. That's the next one. This one wants to come too. All right, so let's do it. They're programmed to be flipped. Okay, someone always makes that comment. Whew, look at that. Okay, the Wheel of Fortune. Oh, that doesn't surprise me. Next week is an incredible time for your business and your career to really take an upward swing. The Wheel of Fortune is a timing card. So the timing is extremely important to really be listened to next week. So, I mean, I've already said this message for the whole of August, but next week, you see, this is like, I see this as a clock and it's going upward. So if you want to launch a project, if you want to open a business, if you want to move a step forward, if you want to apply for a job, everything that's been culminating in your life regarding your business, your purpose, your career, now is the time. And I think there's even a lion here. Oh, where is he? Oh yeah, there he is. See, Sphinx. There's a lion right there. And not only the lion, you have 4 directions, all the 4 directions, 4 archangels, 4 points. You have everything conspiring for you next week. So it's really not a time to hold back. It's really not a time to say, oh, I've got to take a breather. I know things are going to be intense. You're going to do a little bit of healing too, but it's time to take action. The wheels are turning, right? It's extremely important that you step forward and bring out what you wanted to bring out. What have you been procrastinating on? What's been your point of procrastination? Next week you can break through that point of procrastination, but you got to take the first step. You got to call on the 4 directions. Do your spiritual practice. Call on the archangels. I always do a grid of light, 4 archangels. Call on your 4 spirit guides. I'm getting 4 of them. All the points around you, okay? Call them in and it's an incredible time to do that. So launch it, do it, don't hold back. Let's see what the next one is. Whew, justice reversed. Okay, that's an interesting one. Justice reversed. Let me see what I'm getting for that. Okay, all right. The Lion's Gate stirs up some things. Okay, it's a time of stirring up. It's a time of uprising. So you may feel that around you, things are happening that are pretty intense. Okay, because strong energies bring out good things if you use it that way. And it also brings out a little bit of negativity. Okay, everything is exorbitant. Everything is exaggerated. So you may feel that there are some people that are not going to support you. You might feel that you're fighting against the system. You're fighting against someone or something that you have been at odds with. That might flare up. That's what I'm getting with justice reversed. Okay, but that's why, that's why the power and the energy and the courage and the bravery of the lion is what you have to call upon. So I would really call upon the lion spirit guide energy. All of you can draw on that. It doesn't matter if you have a personal spirit guide that's a lion or not, because it is the time to move forward. But there's going to be some resistance. I see this as resistance, maybe even some bad news. But also, it's a time of alignment. So if you get bad news, if you get some flare-ups, that's also for a lot of you to steer you into the right direction, because you've been wanting something that's not good. Okay, sometimes we really want something and it doesn't work out. And it's because it's the wrong path. I've had that happen so many times. I push and I push and I push. I move forward and I have the wheels turning and it's just not working. It's like the world is against me. And why is that? Because that was the wrong path. And had I gone further on that path, at some point in 2 or 3 or 5 years, I would have noticed, oh, I'm stuck. This is not good. So it's a time of fast manifestation. It's a time of fast feedback. So you just have to be really aware. And if there is something that's very negative, that is pushing against you, that seems to be negative, don't get discouraged. Don't get discouraged. Just feel into it and maybe choose a different route. Go around it. Go over it. And really perceive what it is. Maybe you're on the wrong path, or maybe it's something in your path. It's either or, okay? So a little bit of resistance there will be. Now, Page of Pentacles reversed is the third specific one. Okay, so next week, it's not time to play it small. It's not time to do a baby step. Okay, that's what I'm getting with this. Next week is a time to play it big, to look at the big picture. Page of Pentacles is like a baby step. It's a small beginning. It's like you're planting a seed. And this is telling me that you are trying to play it too small. You're trying to kind of say, oh no, I've got to take a baby step. I've got to go slow. If at any time in the year it's time to play it big, it's next week. Okay, so don't play it small. Don't play it safe. All right? I'm not saying take horrible risks, but just don't tone yourself down too much. Maybe it's due to this. You're saying, oh, I can't really, how can I, fight against the system? Other people are better than me. No, don't hold yourself back. That's what I'm getting with this one. Don't be the child. Don't be the victim. Don't be the one who's saying, oh, no, it's time to be big and bold. Big and bold, all right? That's what I'm getting with this. So I want to get one more card here. And then we're going to go into the individual ones. So I hope that's answered some of your questions of what you're planning to do next week, of what you've been brewing over, what your next move is. Big and bold, expecting resistance. But learn the lesson. If the resistance is such where you think you have this inner voice saying, maybe it's not the right path, maybe I'm pushing in the wrong direction, because it's time to push in the direction of your true purpose, what you are truly passionate about. So if you've been pushing for something that kind of seems logical and right, and oh yes, it's safe, it's a small safe step, it's not going to work. It's not going to work, and therefore the resistance will bring you back to center and make you ask yourself, what is it that I truly want? Okay, all right. Okay, five Five of Cups reversed with this one. Okay, all right. Now, specific message for some of you. Those who have been pushing in the wrong direction are sad to move forward in another direction because you say, I've invested so much, I can't lose it. Oh no, you know. It's like you're in a bad relationship. You've invested 20 years and no, I can't go now. You can. You can. Next week is the time to purge the projects, the things that you've put in so much energy and effort that you don't want to change, you don't want to give them up. You've got to give them up. So this is like saying, don't cry over spilt milk. Don't cry over something that's not serving you. You turn around and just move forward, and things will start to go so fast and so smoothly for you. All right. So a lot of you, I feel, are not wanting to change because of all the time you have invested already in this thing, or, you know, all the money you have invested in this thing. I had to drop my other really successful YouTube channel because I wanted to change, and it was so painful. It was like, no, I've invested so much. It's so sad. I can't let that channel go. I had almost 50,000 subscribers on the Empress of Wands last year, and I needed the change. And how do you think it is if you've built something over years? It's a big, beautiful thing, and you just keep pushing forward. And it's like, no, I've invested so much time and money and everything, all my time, all my energy. You know, if you move forward in your soul purpose, it's gonna flourish and grow so much faster. You're not gonna think a moment about that thing you've left behind. Okay, so that is your message. All right, so before I do this, no, I'll do this with these. Okay, I have an idea. Something just came to me. So now it's time to pick 1, 2, or 3. Are you going to pick the pearls? So you choose one pile, and that's going to be your message. It's going to be really fast, so timestamps are not needed. Are you going to choose this scrying crystal, or are you going to choose this amethyst mala? Choose now. 1, 2, or 3. Let's go. The first card I'm going to use, only the first card. Child Magical. Oh, this is the archetype you must embody. Child Magical. Light attributes, seeing the potential for sacred beauty in all things, the belief that everything is possible. This card comes up a lot. And those of you who chose this one, you need faith and belief. You need to step into that child that believes anything is possible, that believes in magic, that believes that it can do anything it wants, right? So the Child Magical, that is your energy that you have to embrace next week. And it's so beautiful. For a very long time, my vibration that I was going for was magical. So Child Magical was what led me here. That belief that magic exists. Magic is just instant manifestation, right? So now my vibration that I'm going for is joy. It changed after about 2 years. But this vibration of magic, of the spark, of the sparkle, of the passion, it's a beautiful energy, and you have to embrace that energy next week, those who chose this one. Now for you, if you have a burning question, I'm going to tune in, and it's going to be a yes or no answer with this pendulum here, this copper pendulum. So ask your question, yes or no. Okay, and I'm going to tune into the collective consciousness of this pile and see what I get. Yes or no? Yes. Your answer is yes. Plain and simple, the answer is yes. Okay. And again, if it super like doesn't resonate, if you say no, that's your answer as well. Your heart tells you the answer. This is to stimulate your heart from bringing forth the answer, from bringing forth that what you need to know, right? So it was a yes, but if your heart screams no, then maybe it's no, right? Not to confuse you, but that's how it works. Pile number 2. The beggar. Ooh, this is what you must embody, the energy of the beggar. Let's see what that is. Light attributes. Confronts empowerment at the level of physical survival. Awakens the spiritual authority of humility, compassion, and self-esteem. That has to do with your self-image. That has to do with you putting yourself out into the world in a specific way. You thought maybe you have to look this way, you have to feel this way, you have to name yourself doctor, you have to put up this image, and this has a little bit to do with the ego for you, I think. So really examine that. Examine that. Is it really that important? Is your goal based on how you want to look in society, what you think you need to embody, how you need to show yourself to the world, or is it your true inner essence? That's what I'm getting for this as well. So ask yourself that question. And perhaps you have been chasing a dream that is not aligned with your soul purpose. That's your message. And for some of you, it's just course correcting a little bit, right? Having a little bit too much of that egoic picture in there, just a little bit, or you're off track a little bit. That's what I'm getting with this, right? So ask yourself the question. Ask yourself a question that can be answered with yes and no, and I will tune in. Let's go. Yes or no? What is it? The answer is no for you. No, all right? Next one. Interesting, isn't it? Hope it's making sense, guys. Angel. Oh, look at that. Your archetype is the one of the angel. That's your specific message. Helping those in need with no expectation of return. Ah, okay. Okay. This is the unconditional love of the lion. This is the absolute unconditional giving love, self-love. This is, I feel this is just pure positive intention of giving and of loving, okay? And that's your message. So in your week next week, I feel that perhaps you have been expecting too much of others, okay? You've been expecting others to help you, others to stand up to their word. In the end, you know, my motto always is I expect nothing of nobody. All I expect is myself to come through, right? I don't really expect or rely on anyone. I don't. If people come through, I'm happy. If they don't, that's fine. All right? I just give and I do my work and I don't really expect anything in return. I've learned that. So for you, you have to let go a little bit of the expectations of others around you, especially here with this. It could be that there's someone who you want to come through who's not going to come through. Don't be mad about it. Just be a little more independent. The lion energy is super independent. It's like this self-authority, relying on yourself, on your own power, on your own resources. So for you next week, it's going to be important because you might be disappointed if you don't do that, all right? That's what I'm getting for you. Simple little message. Now let's see. Ask yourself a question that can be answered with yes or no. And let's tune into the collective of pile number 3. Yes or no, give me answer. Yes or no, what is it? What is it? It's no. The answer is also no. There you go. Okay. All right. So, little activation. Just really quickly, the activation here. We're going to do the activation of this here. Aslan has been talking through me, so we're going to do the activation of this, which is the timing for you to tune into that perfect timing, especially on August 8th, right, which is next Thursday, which is the height, the pinnacle of that Lion's Gate. Timing. Let's do the timing. Let's do the activation here. Perfect timing. Open up and receive and tune into your perfect timing so that you may know exactly what action to take, so that you may know exactly where to let go, so that you know exactly when and where to course correct. If you're on the wrong path, receive, be open, ask your angels and guides, ask those 4 points of light, ask the lion energy to come and help you be bold and step forward and move more towards your soul purpose. Namaste.